All right, gentlemen. Hey, thanks for joining in this talk. This is going to be part two. Um, Yesterday's talk, you can find it on the if you weren't present for it, and you're going to find it in there. It's part of the three sessions that I'm doing. It was essentially just talking about our 3-4. We call it a hybrid 3-4. It's really a multiple defense. And just to cover a couple things, just so you kind of know what I'm talking about and where I'm coming from. We use a hybrid or a hybrid player in one or two spots on the defense. And the other talk, I was talking a little bit about why we put them where we put them, what types of kids we played with there and toyed with. And it's really, this is geared, obviously, I'm not a pro coach, man, and I don't see pro offenses, and this is high school football and, public high school football at that. So, we got to be multiple, we got to be adaptable. And that's really what that talk was about. And I gave some people some ideas and some thoughts. And mainly, one thing, if you weren't clued in on that talk, it was really about, I encourage you to think outside the box and don't get locked into the way it's always been done. My entire career as a head coach has been against the grain. That's a whole other conversation. Would welcome to talk to you guys about what has happened in my career and how I've completely gone against what was common and normal around here to revive a program, from a doormat to a state championship, state championships during my tenure. So obviously none of that is possible without great kids, but to give ourselves an identity and do things differently. And as I always say, one of the most important things you can do for your program is to create what I call the oh shit factor, which is when people see that they got to play, they're like, oh shit, we got to play those guys, right? Those crazy bastards. That's what I want, right? I wanted to give our kids an identity like, man, these dudes are out there and they're going to do some wacky stuff, but we're going to be sound. We're going to be sound. It just might not be what they're used to seeing. All right, there's Razor. Okay, Razor. I just showed you a clip of that. That's the inside backer off the edge. That end is going to get a call from him, okay, to rip inside. So we do a lot of communication. We try to make it as dummy proof as possible for these guys up front. Okay. And we use communication terms, like terminology. Like, for example, we might say if we're blitzing inside and we need that kid to play the C gap, we might make what's called a blood call to him. We might say, yo, blood. And then he doesn't have to know what the hell blitz it is. He just needs to know I need to loop to C gap.
Okay.
This one might be, yo, sticky, right? Sticky might mean I need you to long stick, or I'm going to need you to stick one gap inside. We use a lot of pre-snap communication to help the big boys out, so they don't have to think as much. They just got to listen and do. All right.
See, that was our problem this year. We ran 3-4, and a lot of times our linebackers didn't talk, and our line we end up in two gaps. Both of them end up in the same gap.
Yep. Well, just like all that is fixable through communication.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to show you some razors. Again, nothing spectacular here. It's going to be the weak side end. So Razor and Blood are two complementary blitzes we run with the inside backer as an edge rusher.
Okay.
Razor is going to be the will coming off the edge and the end ripping B gap. Blood is going to be him setting outside and then running a jab stunt. The end's going to go outside. He's going to delay and then rip inside.
Okay.
Okay, so this is going to be a razor, just the will coming off the edge.
Yeah.
Again, not great blocking here by any means. We're not beating up on any world beaters here, but this 170-pound kid who had 13 sacks this year.
Okay.
That kid is just a mean old rattlesnake. All right, he was a wrestler. He either pinned or got pinned every match. Right? His only job in life is to kick somebody's ass, and he's currently a Marine.
Okay.
All right, so that type of kid. All right, just pissed off, wakes up pissed off. So that's let me slow it down. I'm sorry. There you go. Kid oversets him a little bit. All right. And this is a 3rd and 4 call. So this is also a possible rundown. We're running it anyway. That's one of the razors. Here's a razor in the state championship game that year. Here's your Will backer. He's going to be the razor. This is going to be a rip. We end up getting a sack here late in the game, 3rd and 11. This is a nice, safe pressure. All right. Now, the donkey in this, can you see how large this human is here at left guard?
Yeah.
He's the donkey. Now, that's a big sucker. Now, in the pass game, he's the donkey because he don't move his feet real well and he's slow. So that's the guy we're trying to attack.
Okay.
All right. So I talked about that earlier about finding the donkey. All right. So we get our little scrapper going full speed. Again, 77. Didn't even have his eyes where it's supposed to be, a.k.a. he.
All right, right by him before he even looked that way. Yeah.
All right. Again, you're not trying to beat these guys. This guy right here was actually my offensive coordinator in college. He taught me about football. We're not, there's no way I beat him in a chest pack. No way.
Yeah.
I just got to beat this kid.
Okay.
So that's kind of like my philosophy there.
Yeah.
Now, this is an old school film. This is going to be a razor as well. All right. Here's the Will. This is back when we were even front, but it's the same concept. Here's our Will. Here's the 5 technique. He's going to rip across. He's going to go off the edge. All right. They fumble the ball, but you can kind of see the effectiveness of the blitz and how it puts pressure.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'll spare you the kid running for a touchdown there. All right.